Hello, it's me, YassTheFish, and today we are going to build a house which has glass walls. That's it. I called it the gardener's greatest joy because it has a lot of windows and plants like sunlight, and sunlight goes through windows. And also, I think almost every room in this house has a plant, at least one plant. Yeah, and it also has two rooms which are kind of like greenhouse. I think it's a bit weird that the Sims can walk on top of the first floor room with windows. But I wanted it to have glass roof, and I wanted the Sims to have a balcony, and the second floor room, which had like its own little balcony, I filled with plants because I thought it would look cool, and it does look very cool. You can see it later in the video, and you can also see it at the end of the video where I am going to show you around this house. Because I had to cut out a lot of this video, a lot of the footage, raw footage, because I was just scrolling, trying to find something I wanted to use. Because that's how Sims works. Anyways, I imagine that in this room lives a granny, maybe with someone. Yeah. With someone, or maybe not, maybe she's alone, and she really likes plants, as you can see later in the video, or maybe even now, I'm not sure, because there are a lot of plants in this house and a lot of opportunities to plant plants. I thought of adding like maybe chickens or maybe rabbits or something like that, maybe even a horse. But I thought that she just likes plants. She has a lot of like animal pictures, and she has a doggy calendar. But I think that her main thing is plants. So she sticks to it, and she does it very well. She also, I think, knits and does cross-stitching stuff. And there is also a woodworking table, which I think belongs to her partner. At least that's how I think. That's what I have in my head. That it belongs to her partner. And I also think that her partner made some of the furniture, which looks a bit older. So they have it like from maybe 10 years ago or something, when their partner first made it. And then they just kept it, and it's tore down a bit. It's used because it's been there for a while. Maybe a lot of fingers been hit on that drawer leg or something, so it looks a bit old, let's say that. But they still love it, so they keep it because it's been made by someone to love. I think that's very cute. This house is just very cute in general. A lot of plants, a lot of cute stuff, a cute color scheme, because I decided to use a lot of baby blues and pinks. Because I think that's cute, and this house is cute, and that's what I decided to do. Yeah. I also used light wood. I think that what type of wood do I usually use? Because I use different types of wood, but I'm not sure which one do I use more for videos. But I think it's pretty hard to find a good wood color in Sims, because there are some of them which are very orangey, and it's not like those orange trees that I forgot, like in Minecraft. No, I can't remember. Like the orange trees, which are supposed to be orange, they're just like stupidly orange, like that you can't even see the wood lines in it, so it's just like plain orange. And it's like, why do I have this in my wood section? It looks more like just a paint with some scratches or something. Anyways, I used light wood. I used all the light colors because I think it's very cute. And I also didn't use any technology because I think that they're pretty old-fashioned. I don't really like the TVs and stuff, or maybe they just don't have it. Maybe it's a house from the olden days when they didn't have that much technology, or maybe they just don't like it. Yeah, but they do have gramophone. I think that's what they're called, because I remember that there is a gramophone from the Reaper's Reward thing, but I'm not sure what it actually called, like, without the gramophone. I think it's gramophone. I think that's how it's spoken. But I'm not sure. You understand what I mean, hopefully. That thing that plays music and has, like, the triangular cone-like thing where the music exits. Kind of looks like a trumpet or a tube. I don't know any of those brass instruments. Or anyways, they don't have that much technology, as I have like an old-fashioned stove, and they use like those lanterns with candles, probably. Maybe not candles, maybe it's like those lamps that were between candles and like light bulb lamps. I'm not sure what they are called, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Like those lantern lamps thingies. I don't know. Yeah. And they also, of course, have a big garden. And I really liked how I put some lights into those trees. I really like how it looks. It's so cool. You can't really see the lights when it's light outside. But when it's dark, you can see that there's some light emitting from the trees. Maybe you can't even see the light source itself, but you can see the light. So that's fun. So it's not so dark in the night. And it's still very, very cute, even in the night. At least I think so. I really like this house. It's so cute. It's so cute. So cute. It took me a lot of time, but I love it. Yep. Oh, and we also got that fairy park. I think it would be pretty cool to use it in that build, but I started building it before this pack came out. So I couldn't use it, obviously, because it wasn't out. But oh, actually, this the glass the glass walls were a part of a free update before the new pack. I'm not even sure what. No, I know what it's called. In fact, it's called is it enchanted or enhanced? I think it's enchanted. How do you say that? It's fairy pack. Before the fairy pack, there was a base game update which allowed you to use glass walls. There is this type of glass wall which I used in this build, and there's also a plain one, just like plain glass wall, and there is also one with like a metal grid with my like squares. But there are no glass ceilings. There is a glass roof, but there is no glass ceilings, and I'm not sure that Sims can walk on glass ceilings. No. I'm not sure that Sims can walk on glass roofs. I don't think that that's allowed. I don't think that's even possible for a Sim to walk on top of a roof. And I wanted to have like a glass top of the first room, if that makes sense. I wanted it to have a glass ceiling, a roof, I don't know. Ceiling, I guess, in Sims terms. But there isn't a glass ceiling option. I wanted to use a roof. Again, I want to use a roof before I thought that that's probably a bit weird to use a roof, because I don't think that Sims can walk on top of roofs. So I decided to use the island living floor windows thing. And I'm not sure that really fits the kind of vibe I was going for with this build. But I wanted it to have a glass roof, so I decided that, they can have a glass roof if they wanted to. Maybe they were the ones who invented this phenomenon of having glass roof ceilings for your plants, and then some fancy rich guys decided that we're not going to grow plants, but we're still going to have the glass ceilings / roofs / whatever it is. And hopefully you can use the pots that I put in the rooms. I think you can use them inside, but I'm not sure. Because I don't know, I just never really built a greenhouse. Because I think that you can. Why would you build a greenhouse when you can just put them on the plot and just have them hanging out there outside? But okay, I guess it's for aesthetic purposes. Or maybe not. I think that there is actually some benefit of having them inside. I think that they can grow like independently of a season. Or maybe I'm just imagining it. I'm not sure. I haven't seen many people using greenhouses. Yeah, but actually, on topic of plants, I think that there was also an update to the gardening system, so now it's even more complicated. And I'm not sure what I'm feeling about it. Well, I guess it's good, because gardening is really hard in real life, because there are tons of little bugs and little bits and little things that are going to ruin your life, because they're going to reduce the productivity of your plants. That's not fun. You love your plants. You don't want them to be less productive. You want your children to be productive, and you want your plants to be even more productive. Yeah. And I think that you can actually, you have to actually use fertilizer. Was it? Yeah, it was an option before. I personally never even used fertilizer. Because I think that there is kind of no skill interactions that you can use when your sim is higher enough level, which kind of lets you just update them. You can just tell your plant be better, and it becomes better. That's so great. Hopefully it still works for this updated gardening system, but from what I heard, it's complicated, and from my scene, it's complicated, and all I seen is just a screenshot on Reddit. Because I don't know. That's the first and last place where I heard about this updated gardening system. But it makes sense, because I know fairies are connected to plants, and plants are connected to fairies. I'm not sure. Is that true? Are plants connected to fairies? Oh, and I also used a lot of garden gnomes, because I had to, guys. It's my responsibility when I'm building a house for a granny to use a lot of gnomes. And there are quite a lot of gnomes during gnome variants, and I like them. Especially the one with like the toast, which is kind of serving toast. It like has it in its hand, and it's like using it as a tray or something. And I put the gramophone thing on top of it. I think that's so cool looking. Yeah. I think that they also possibly updated plant sims. I'm not sure if that's with the pack or with the update. Hopefully it's just the update, because plant sims are really cool concepts. Very, very cool concepts. It's just like a walking concept. It's cool to be a plant sim, I think. I've never been a plant sim before. Well, I've never been a sim before because I'm a fish. I'm not a sim. But my sims never been plant sims before. And I think it will be fun if they came back and updated the mermaids and the aliens. The aliens especially. And the mermaids. I'm not sure how I want to be updated first. I think the aliens, because mermaids at least can do something with dolphins, and aliens are just like, they can do stuff with other aliens, which are non-existent if you don't make them. Or if you travel to that six-some planet. And they can like read traits of sims and make them scared or something. It's not that fun. So if they can make plant sims more fun, it would be one more a cold sim that is fun to play, like vampires and werewolves and spellcasters, and I think that's it. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anyone. Yeah, but let's ooh, what if Granny is actually a fairy? That's why she has so many plants. That would be fun. And I think that's I think it was the base game update. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's a base game update that you can like. There are different presets added. You can actually have pointy ears now, and you can have like not really no nose. I'm not sure that that's a thing, but like different types of noses, more presets. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that now we're in the stage where I'm working and showing you the house. So I will just talk a bit about the house. So there is a kitchen joined with kind of living room space, and there's also this like chair. I forgot what it's called, where you can like swing. Not really swing. What is it called? I'm not sure. I don't know what it's called. And I also hit the seasons box because I really like putting up decorations on my houses. So if you like doing that too, actually you can download this build on my gallery. And my nickname is YassTheFish, just like on the YouTube. on the YouTube. The YouTube. Yeah, so if you like putting up decorations on different seasons, or maybe like Valentine's Day, not Valentine's Day, Love Day, you can do it without actually buying. You have it stored under the staircase. And there's also a second floor with that balcony and another balcony but with glass, and a balcony with plants. And like the basic bedroom and bathroom stuff. And there's a garden, and there is that orchard green garden. I forgot what it's called. Greenhouse thing on the bottom floor because I forgot to talk about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and please leave like, subscribe. I don't know. I'm running out of time. And yeah, please tell me something in the comments. Tell me how I can manage time when I'm recording voiceovers. And I love you all. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.